Hello, and welcome to the introductory session of my Dark Heresy 2nd Edition campaign called Corrupted Worlds. The introduction of the actual session was a bit of a mess, which you'll see, but it was kind of fun too. So I hope you enjoy the hilarious mess that it is. What did I call this again? Kind of an awkward start. Something.
I don't know, Dark Heresy.
Yeah, Dark Heresy 2nd Edition, but I gave it a name.
Yeah, you give everything.
Corrupted Worlds. Yeah, I'm actually restart. No, let's roll with it. Like,
Yeah, let's just roll with it.
yeah, let's not be fucking rules
It's
stickers.
live! You mean that?
Yeah, pretty much. Do it live! So, yeah, you guys want to just introduce yourself? We're playing with Aitoma, which is my real-life brother. Many names. Oh yeah.
J-Bob.
Yeah, and I be Ayatoma.
Yeah. We can start with that. You want to just say a little bit about yourself?
Our character? Or
We'll get to your characters.
oh.
I
I'm
am
J-Bob.
sorry.
That's it.
Like,
Yeah, it's
you could add some more. Like, you're currently streaming on. Do you still stream on Twitch?
No, I barely do right now.
All right. Well, you can occasionally find him streaming on Twitch under the
Yeah.
alias JBob1398.
13983.
Oh, okay. It's additional normal.
Yeah, just one.
All right.
I
Yeah, I'll
am
probably add that link in the description. That'll be a bit easier.
He's probably not. Go, Manny, go.
I tried like 4 times already. It made me sad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm many names. I'm a handsome young stud that works all time.
A+.
Yes. Yes.
Already going great.
I am working man. I work and work and work even more.
And then occasionally delve into wacky worlds.
Yes. I mean, what else can I do when I
bullshit.
don't work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleep is for the weak.
I am weak then.
Aren't we all? Alright. Yes. Let us. We are all kind of relatively new to the Warhammer 40k universe. We've run like one other previous campaign on this channel, which is Dark Pursuits. I think we had a lot of fun with that campaign, so we should definitely check that one out too.
Yeah.
Alright.
One second.
That's fine.
Okay. So I could give like a brief description of the setting as a whole, but a lot of you tuning into this probably know some stuff about the Warhammer 40k universe already, and it's actually a very cool introduction to the setting that I found that summarizes in like a couple of minutes. But I'm getting a bit off track. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is just put it more into specifically this setting within the Warhammer 40k universe. This is all going to be happening in the Ascalon sector, which is a sector a bit farther away from the Imperium's reign, and it's a sort of a sector that's kind of falling a bit to the corruption and difficult to maintain control of, and kind of slipping away from the Imperium, and just struggling to keep itself afloat. Which is sort of like the whole structure of the Warhammer 40k universe as well. Like this sort of desperate striving for hope against impossible odds.
Against heresy.
Yes, exactly.
Heretics must burn.
Okay. Yeah, our adventure specifically starts in the high world of Juno. It's the capital of the Ascalon sector, and it sports 15 billion inhabitants. It mostly contains like the ruling elite and all the bureaucratic facilities that goes into maintaining the sector. Though as most things in the Imperium, its grip on the sector is slowly crumbling. While the Juno aristocracy lives artificially extended lives of unimaginable luxury, their world cracks apart and their claimed control over the sector becomes ever fading. And it is here that Prefectrix Charlotta Anastasia the 20th exudes her control of the entire sector. She's the planetary governor of Juno as well, though she maintains that not through official decree, but through a network of loyal followers. A ferociously loyal inner circle led by a hand-picked High Minister. So more specifically, we're in Vesuna Regis, which is the planetary capital of Juno, which is the the planned capital of the sector. So this is like the capital of the capital of the capital.
Wow!
Housing 1 billion souls in its upper reaches, in addition to the uncounted thousands of outcasts in the lower hive. The city lives in a state of constant tension between the lower and upper hive, and constant vigilance and suppressive forces is required to keep the swirling pot of filth that is the underhive from boiling over. So it is in an inquisitorial precinct within Vesuna Regis that you have been working out of for the last few months. Precinct is kind of a loose definition here. We'll get to that in a bit. You're sure to have started with countless local missions to investigate and root out any heresy within the lower reaches of the hive, and it seems you're slowly but surely graduating from that dredge work in the eyes of your Inquisitor. And it has started to send you out to missions that reach further, both in range and in importance, to investigate the ruling elite and other pressing matters on other planets entirely. So, yeah, your Inquisitor himself is named Octavius Horatius V, and he has been an Inquisitor for way longer than any of you have been alive. Rumor has it that he's been pushing up to 150 years old with the help of chemical rejuvenation drugs and mechanical implants. Octavius is ferociously loyal to the Inquisition, if not a bit senile at times, and through his diligent service has been recognized as High Inquisitor. So the Inquisitorial Precinct, as we call it, started out as a personal base for Octavius and his sphere of influence. And as his sphere of influence grew, so did his base of operations. So, yeah, it's not like... The Inquisition works very loosely. It's not like a very... works more of a base of influence between the Inquisitioners and like ties in between them. It's not like an actual structure. Well, there is like... He is a High Inquisitor. So he has a bit above them, but that is only because he has been recognized by the other High Inquisitors and such. It's a bit difficult to explain, but it's...
I think I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I guess precinct isn't really the right word, but that's what they're calling it, I guess.
Alright.
Alright, yeah, currently 4 other Inquisitors with close ties with the High Inquisitor also uses that as a staging ground to sort for themselves. They go about their business in a semi-cooperative manner, if not often in very different directions, as they are just like a loose collection of individuals that have a similar goal.
Yay.
So all of this, I kind of have like written up. It's not exactly as I delivered it, but if you want to, you can like pull that kind of stuff in your notes. And with that stuff, it's actually a bit convenient. If you pull up your character sheet and like you go to notes and stuff, you can just drag a section in anywhere and it'll insert itself. Yeah, but I'd share that real quick. Alright, let's get into the actual story. So you are called to the briefing room, which is a place that you are familiar with from session 0 that we had previously. It's like a long hallway-like room with a long table, many like intricate paintings along the wall, very like medieval feel to it, which is kind of interesting because a lot of the other places of the base have more like a spaceship kind of feel to it, a lot of metal and stuff, but suddenly going into this briefing room, it has like a very different feel. And yeah, it also has like a floor-wide red carpet. Let's see. And yes, you've already been called to this room, and you're sitting around the table waiting for the High Inquisitor to address all of you. So, yes, as we're like looking around the table, we'll begin with Delaris. Who is Delaris?
Honrix Delarus is a... I was about to say a different race. He is human, obviously. He has pure white hair. He is 26 years of age. He has one white eye on the left. His left eye is white. His main hand is the right hand. He also has one tattoo over his eye. It's like... It's weird. It's like a circle with 2 blades coming out of it.
Okay,
on
so
the bottom. And
so
then
you
on the top.
he does not currently have his mask on, is that correct?
No.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
uses that when he's actually fighting. He does
Okay.
have a mask on the top of his head. If he folds it down, it is a pitch black mask with yellow eyes that beam out. It also has a rebreather built into it, apparently. His main weapon is a sniper rifle, but he also has an auto pistol if people get too close. And a
Okay,
chainsaw.
okay. Cool. Alright, then there's Octavio Severin. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about him, but mostly I'm gonna leave it to himself to introduce himself. But yeah, also sitting around the table is a fair man of solid stature and build. He's not... You can clearly see that he is Adeptus Mechanicus. He has many different implants, but not as obviously augmented as many of his peers. He is a Mechanicus adept specializing in the destabilization of biomatter in living specimens, aka mutations. His curiosity and knowledge knows few bounds. Though through various mechanical augmentations, he is not scoffed at in combat either. So yeah, just like a short tidbit for him. And we'll look over to a hooded individual wearing a interesting looking staff. Who is Talia? Hey, Toma?
Hey.
Hey. Yeah,
Can you tell us a
explain
little
your
bit?
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing this character called Talia. He's a tall walking guy, usually seen with his staff out. He's an Adeptus Astra Telepathica. He's Voidborn from Port Lockhart. First started his career as a psychic, and soon got picked up by the thousands of black ships passing by.
Yeah, that's right. So he has been stationed at Port Lockhart for a long while, been involved in many different skirmishes with invading Xenos across the galaxy. But as he was doing all this skirmishing, like psychic potential within him started to awaken, and this displayed itself, where eventually he was picked up by the black ships, and that got him directly recruited into the Inquisition. And it was like, it's a long, painful process that the black ships put you through. It can last for years through like vigorous testing, examinations. It's not fun, but you survived, and they deemed you worthy to be of use of the Emperor, and yeah, put you under High Inquisitor Octavius Horatius V. Anything else you want to add about the character? Oh yeah, you do have a hatred enemy, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I do.
And that is?
Necrons. They killed Talia's parents, so he's kind of upset by that.
Okay. Yes. The Ascalon sector has had a minor insurgence of some Necrons rising up. The Necrons is like an ancient race of immortal mechanical creatures. They were they were once living beings as you and me, but they moved their consciousness to mechanical to robots basically that inhabited their will. There's a lot to the Necrons, but they're a very powerful threat. That's all I'm gonna say for now.
Isn't it like the 40K's answer to Vampire Lords, if I'm not completely mistaken?
Sort of. They definitely have like an undead look to the robot units and stuff. I mean that's all that similarity really is. Yes, sure, it's like the undead armies of the Warhammer 40K, but it has like a whole shit ton of lore behind that. They're not actually. I mean, I guess they're undead in the way that they're immortal and they're not living beings anymore. But yeah, they move their consciousness into metal constructs that have no feelings, no empathy. So yeah, I guess they are undead in a way.
Terminator.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, basically because of that like metal construct that they live in, they have like also incredibly complex technology. They can like phase out and retreat if they get like very damaged. They can also constantly repair themselves. They're incredibly tough foes to deal with.
No.
So yeah, the Ascalon sector actually has experienced some Necron facilities being awakened, only small facilities, not actual tomb worlds. That would have been a great threat to the Astalon. Yeah, a disaster, to say the least. But yeah, one of those worlds was Elias' homeworld, where he grew up on. And that cost him his parents' life.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Okay. And towards the end of the table is Vincent de Veer, the 103rd. Can you tell us a little bit about this, about yourself?
Well, Vincent de Veer is is from a noble family. He's the second son of the family, so this family have served the empire since the olden days. So everyone except the first son of the family goes out to serve the empire any way they can. So yeah, I train myself in the ways of the Hierophant, and I go around cleansing corruption and heresy wherever I find it. And because I'm a noble, I place myself above the common rabble, pretty much put it like that. So I hold myself high. I wear a full plate, a feudal plate armor, covered in a red cape. And yeah, you can just see, like, I carry myself, how I carry myself.
Yeah, you can
higher
like
than
see
normal
the
people.
arrogance blinking
Yeah,
in his
arrogance
eyes.
is what was the word I was looking for. But at least I can back up what I'm talking pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
With my trusty warhammer, I smack the shit out of anyone who dares to defy me.
Exactly.
Or the Emperor.
No, because the emperor won't defy me, because my will is exactly the same as the
No.
Emperor's
Defies
will.
you or the Emperor.
Oh yeah,
because-
or the
yeah.
emperor. Yeah.
Mm.
I cleanse. It's my cleansing tool, my hammer.
See, purging the heretics. Nice.
Yeah. Purging, bashing, crushing.
Exterminating the dark heresy that plagues these worlds.
Yes. In the name of the emperor.
Mm-hmm. See, so after a pregnant pause, High Inquisitor Octavius Horatius V finally speaks up. This day, I have an important mission for you. Disturbing psychic emanations have lately been coming from the quarantined world of Enkaidu. Though no soul is supposed to set foot on this world through an imperial decree, the risk of a demon world transformation through psychic tamperings of the local populace cannot be overlooked. So, I have pulled some strings for the quarantine to be temporarily lifted so that you can properly investigate these psychic occurrences and put a stop to them. Any questions?
No.
No questions?
What should we do if we find anything?
Right. Either deal with it, if you can't, report back.
Okay. So we have permission to deal with the threat we find.
Yes, they are feral rabble. You can deal with them as you please.
At least if
Do you have any leads?
We have the exact location of these corpse signatures, yes.
Excellent.
Yes, they will be delivered to you. I would also advise against traveling on the ground. Most of Enkaidu is covered in forests and swampland, most of which the groundland is infested with gargantuan life forms. You kind of wanna stick to the trees.
That's disturbing, but good. No.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Hovercraft, sir. Maybe have a hovercraft.
You will have a shuttle.
Excellent.
Yeah. I have assigned an Imperial Navy void ship to take you to Enkaidu, and from there, a shuttle will bring you to the planet itself. Yes, you are to report at the docks in Faruka Regis at 1100 hours precisely, and report to an officer at port E143.
Yes, sir.
That's all. Go do the Emperor's will.
I just stand up and salute him before I leave the room.
I nod. And then I guess we leave, right?
Alright, yes?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, so you all have the sector map open, yes?
Yes.
No,
No,
because
I shared it.
discussion.
You should have it open now though, right?
Yeah, no, I do.
Cool. We all found where Juno is, the sector capital.
Not yet, give me a second.
It's near the top right. It's one of the bigger ones.
And from there, you will be making a jump to Orinoco and then on to Kaidu. This is all along the Grand Processional. So I'm gonna fast track this a little bit. Mostly, the travel goes undisturbed. I'll tell a little bit about stuff that we heard about the sector and in regards to warp travel. So the warpways have become increasingly unstable in the later decades, and many ships traveling along the warpath, especially along the smaller warpaths. It's kind of a rare thing along the Grand Processional, but it does happen. Some ships that jump into the warp and then never come out on the other side.
That's disturbing news.
Yes. But mostly the travel there goes uneventful. Basically you reported at the docks, you know your way there, and I can say a little bit about the craft. Its designation is SV Delta, supply vessel Delta. It is a Void Navy ship. It has a crew of around 200 individuals. It has some turret. It has some firepower, but not too much. It's mostly assigned as a supply vessel. So, at final jump to Enkaidu, you arrive around orbit. Along the intercom of the ship, it announces arrived at planet Enkaidu, quarantine feral world. Playing automatic broadcasted message. Playback cancelled. And an officer joins you shortly. He addresses you, sort of in a kind of just, rigid attire. Normal like Navy personality, very rigid in his movements. Greetings. I am to fly you to Enkaidu. You are to follow me. You can see that he definitely does not like the idea of the prospect, but he is, of course, bound by his duties.
Alright.
So, follow behind him.
Yep.
Alright, it leads you onto the shuttle. And, one second.
And we're all good.
You... Am I not streaming on YouTube? The fuck? I thought I double checked this shit. Guess not. Oh, thank you, chat. So yeah, we're going offline for just a second. And we'll be back on YouTube. Alright, because of some technical difficulties, and we also didn't have one player show up for the first session, we decided to kind of wrap things up there. It's sort of like just a short introductory session. You can maybe like call it session 0.5, something like that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll be back again in a couple of weeks with hopefully a way longer session. So yeah.